Today, we remember. We remember the 1200, parents and children, grandparents and babies, boyfriends and girlfriends, cousins and siblings, workers, first responders, caretakers, soldiers, civilians, citizens, visitors, cows, chickens, dogs. We remember the heroes, those who lived and remain haunted, those who died so others might live, security guards, nurses, concert goers, kids. We remember the music, the makeup, the smiles, the energy, the sunrise. We remember when the music stopped, the rockets, the running, the terror. We remember what we found after, in the bar, the woods, the dumpster, the bomb shelters, the fields, the cars, the toilets, the side of the road. We remember the videos, photos, phone calls, live streams documenting hell on earth as we could never imagine and will never forget. We remember Kfar Aza, Be'eri, Nir Oz, Alumim, Re'im, Kisufim, Sderot, Ofakim, Nachal Oz, Route 232. We remember the taken, spat upon, bloodied, defiled, starved, enslaved. We remember the executed, the rescued, the returned, the yet to be returned. Them we remember every day. We remember the before times when the illusion of safety and civility and solidarity still lulled us to sleep. When we all agreed a baby taken hostage was a horrible thing. When we believed all women, denounced jihadism, put our friendships before international conflicts thousands of miles away. We remember never having to question whether we were safe, accepted, or understood. We remember realizing we aren't. We remember the protests and accusations and celebrations before a single IDF boot was on the ground. We remember resistance is justified, from the river to the sea, globalize the intifada, we don't want no two-state. We remember the silence from those we were sure would stand by us, were sure could tell the difference between a terrorist and not a terrorist. We remember the disappointment, the pain, the rage, the grief, the shock. We remember what it felt like to not carry those around with us every day. We remember realizing we were witnessing the descent of Western liberal civilization into Islamist apologism through a steady diet of propaganda on our phones, computers, and televisions. We remember it takes 1 million words and facts and examples to explain the truth and a 10-second TikTok to erase it. We remember actors, musicians, politicians, university presidents, NGOs lapping up an Islamist concocted narrative in the name of signaling virtue while achieving nothing else but Jewish unsafety. We remember when college was for getting smarter. We remember the friends, relatives, colleagues, jobs, communities, role models we lost to the cult of white guilt, lazy thinking, and social acceptance. We remember the synagogues firebombed, restaurants vandalized, businesses boycotted, homes graffitied, windows shattered. Again. We remember Paul Kessler, Karen Diamond, Sarah Milgram, Yaron Lashinsky, Adrian Dalby, Melvin Kravitz, and other innocents murdered for being born as Jews. And we remember the countless others who have been beaten, stabbed, assaulted, harassed, doxxed, demonized, and ostracized for it. We remember we've seen this all before. We remember this is how the Nazis did it, not all at once, but incrementally, tolerably, one small injustice at a time, so that only Jews and our allies noticed what was happening, and only we cared. We remember that it's not just the Nazis, but millennia of persecutions and pogroms, that being a hated minority in a majority society is our normal. In the past 50 years was not. But we also remember that we've been through worse. many times worse, at many times, and we are still here, as strong as we've been in thousands of years. We remember that America is not Nazi Germany, and that Nazi Germany did not have to contend with a Jewish state. We remember our Jewish state possesses one of the strongest and most advanced armies in the world, and defends its people even when the rest of that world says it shouldn't. We remember that in the past 2 years, Nasrallah has fallen, Sinwar has fallen, Assad deposed, Hezbollah diminished, Russia retreated, Iran exposed. We remember how when Iran attacked Israel, America, Britain, France, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and UAE responded. We remember the pagers. Oh, do we remember the pagers? We remember that Jews are as defiant and resilient a people as exist on this planet, and no war, physical or informational, will change that. We remember that this too shall pass. It always does. We remember that we are one people, wherever we are, however we observe, whether we agree or not. We remember we are who we are because we don't always agree, and that's a beautiful thing. We remember that each of us has a role to play, a unique responsibility to uphold, an obligation not to finish the work, but not to desist from it either. So, tomorrow we work, but today we remember. This is the 42nd episode of Being Jewish with me, Jonah Platt.